Hello everyone. So I want to do a quick video on how emotions are spirits and basically the importance of not only knowing this, but how to make sure that you are always in control of your emotions and not allowing your emotions to take control of you. Now, emotions are spirits just like a whole slew of other energies and entities. They are spirits that we can use to our will and be able to use that energy to take whatever action we deem necessary for that moment. Emotions do not have power over us. We have power over our emotions. In fact, we created emotions, okay? Remember, our ancestors are a part of us and we are them. So, whatever they created in their time, or whenever that time was, because remember, we have a very long lineage, right? Whatever energies, spirits, or emotions that they created in those times still exist today, and we still have power over them because since they created it, that means we created it. Okay, get it? So, and it goes for all spirits and energies and entities. If our ancestors created those, then we have power over them. Okay, basically means they fuck with us. Okay, so when it comes to emotions, all emotions, happiness or joy, anger, sadness, depression, jealousy, all those different types of emotions um, should never take over. Okay? When those emotions take over, that's when we become emotional. Okay? So remember, you are God. All right? You are God. There is only one that comes before you, okay? That is higher than you and that you have no control or power over. In fact, the Most High, which is what most of us call, you know, the Lord of Lords, right? The King of Kings, right? And I'm not talking about Jesus. I'm talking about the Most High, okay? In Kemet, the Most High, they call Ptah, Ptah, Ptah. And basically, the story, we get it from the creation story, is that Ptah came out, rose out of the primeval waters of Noon, and in the form of a hill, the primeval hill. Okay, that's Ptah. And right after he came out of those waters and manifested himself as a hill, out came Atum and sat right on top of him. Okay, and Atum became the execution of creation. Okay, he executes creation. Who is Atum? I am Atum. You are Atum. We all are Atum. We are gods. And the only one that came before us and holds the highest of the high, right, is Ptah, the Most High. So what does that mean? That means any other energies that came after Atum is a part of Atum. Okay? So that's another way of saying whatever was created after we came into existence, whatever was created, we created that. All right? So that means that our creation does not have power over us. We are supposed to have power and control over our creation. So, what does it look like when uh, something you created starts telling you what to do, starts telling you how to act, starts telling you, get riled up? You lose control. No good, no bueno. Okay? We execute creation. We should have control over creation. We need to have control over our emotions. Okay? Emotions should never have control over us. When we become emotional, look at the word of emotional. Okay? Remember, we are God, right? We are El. We are Al. ELAL. That is us. Okay? That is the I. All right? The one. And so emotion and emotional comes before the L. No good. Nothing comes before that, right? Nothing is supposed to come before that. But whenever something comes before that, there is an issue. There is a problem. Okay? And that means that you are out of control. No bueno. So we are never supposed to be emotional. We are always supposed to have control of our emotions because we create emotions. Now, what I have noticed by me being an Aquarius, Aquarius sun and moon. So I get it double time. So all you moon Aquarians out there, y'all know what I'm talking about as far as people thinking that you have no emotions, that you are so detached from human emotion that you just are like a robot or, an alien, like, oh, you just don't feel anything. I get that a lot. And at first I thought, well, is something wrong with me? Am I not human? Like, something wrong with me? No. No, no, no. Nothing's wrong. In fact, that is actually one of the beautiful traits of Aquarius, the archetype of Aquarius. Now, remember, we, each person, has all 12 zodiacs, okay, in our natal charts, okay? All 12 energies play a part in who we are. It's not just about your sun. It's not just about your moon. It's not just about your rising. It's about all of them. How do they show themselves? What parts of that archetype shows itself and reveals itself from you? Now, most people see the outward display of one sign, which is our sun sign. So they think that is all who you are. No, I have all 12 of them in me. But how do they work within me? Because each of us uniquely has a design from all 12 that makes us who we are. So you can take this very Aquarian trait of being detached from human emotion and use it for your good. It's supposed to be something you're supposed to learn from and use for your good. Just like all 12 signs have something to teach each and every one of us, right? So the Aquarius is detached from human emotion so that we can properly observe it and say, okay, so this emotion has overcome this person, and now they are starting to do this and to do that. I'm observing this so that I can better learn why people behave the way they behave. Okay? You do the same. Virgos do the same too, but it's slightly different. So anyhow, I can't attach myself to an emotion if I plan on observing it. It's very scientific when you think about it. If in science class, you learn about, the scientific method, right? You come up with a hypothesis or basically a question, and then your theory or, what you think will happen. Then you come up with, okay, how am I going to test this theory? How am I going to research it basically? And then it's been so long since I had a science class. I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. I graduated college in 2014, so it's been some time. So I need to re-up on the scientific method. But y'all know, all y'all still in school, y'all know the scientific method, what I'm talking about. And then you get the results. Now you're not supposed to have any biases, right? You're not supposed to be like, well, I'm going to switch this and switch that so it comes out the way I want it to come out. No, you're observing because you want to see what it really is. You want to know exactly what it really is, not what you want it to be. So that's when the observing comes into play, and then you get the results, whatever the results may be. That's what Aquarius does when we observe people's emotional displays, right? We are observing, okay, what caused that? What caused that spirit basically to come up on that person? And then did they use the energy of that spirit to met out their will, or were they used by that spirit, right? To just be, out willy-nilly. Which brings me to the drama of Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. I really don't care. But we learned something from all things. Okay, this is a beautiful opportunity to observe human emotion, right? We observe how the mind has more control than anything else. Your mind is everything, okay? So when Cardi decided to allow the emotions to cause her to be emotional and override her thinking, because she's intelligent, she's a Libra, she's not a dumbass, okay? All air signs are intelligent mentally, are very intelligent. The difference, though, with Libra, out of the three air signs of Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, out of the three air signs, the difference with Libra is there is an attachment to the heart. Okay? So a Libra can be emotionally intelligent or they can just be emotional. Unfortunately for Cardi B, in that moment, she became emotional. Now, if you don't know the story, there's plenty of people reporting on it. Go Google it. I ain't about to go through all that. I want to get to the spiritual science of it. Is when she allowed the emotions to take control and to cause her to do an action that wasn't thought out. Okay? With Aquarius, we appear to be detached because we are going through, we take emotion and we mentally think it out. It goes on the mental plane before it ever reaches our heart. Okay? And we think it out. Should I be mad? Example. This used to be a big deal back in the day. I don't know if it's still a big deal. You stepped on my white shoes. I just bought these shoes. I'm out here stunting. It's summer. I got these white shoes on and I'm stunting. And you stepped on my shoes. Now, an emotional person would just, I'm about to beat you up, right? But a person who has emotional intelligence or a person who mets out their emotions on the mental plane first will go through a whole analysis. Can I clean them? Yeah, I'm upset that you stepped on them, but can I clean them? Is it possible to clean them or are they damaged for good? Okay, that's the first thing. Next thing would be, did you do it on purpose? Or was it an accident? If it was an accident, okay, I forgive you. Let me figure out how to, make this right. If it was done on purpose, why? Why would you do that on purpose? Did you think that it would rile me up? I mean, we can go on and on. And before you know it, the emotion dried up. it dried up. And before you know it, it's like, oh, I thought she was going to be mad. No, she's sitting there thinking too hard to be mad. She's thinking too much to be mad, right? That can be harmful in certain cases, but for the most part, you're supposed to put your emotions on the mental plane first. Think through it and see how you're going to use the energy of that emotion. Now, I can use the energy of that anger that came over me and actually use it for good action and say, okay, all right, yeah, I'm mad, but I'm going to be a detective, figure out why it happened. And if it was not done on purpose, if it was an accident, okay, so how can we solve this problem? Can you clean my shoe, please? Because you did it on accident. I feel it. I forgive you. But can we clean my shoe? Period. That is using that emotion, that energy of that emotion to my will, however I want it to be met out. And that is a simple example. It's not like some complicated example, but you can use that in anything. You get the point. Is that if you take it to the mental first before it gets to your heart, then you're actually going to be able to use it according to your will. Okay, and take action. Aquarius is a problem solver of the zodiac. You give us an issue, give us a problem, okay? We're going to try to solve it. Fucking mad about it and emotional about it. Let's solve the problem. And that's why we come off super detached. That's why we come off like we don't care. We actually do care. We care enough to want to figure it out, okay? We don't want to sit here and just be all up in our emotions. That's just not us, okay? And that's something that we all of us, no matter what your sun sign is, we can all learn from that and taking control of our emotions. Another good example of a Libra who actually has emotional intelligence. I mean, it surprised the mess out of me, y'all. I was watching, what is it called? Grand Hustle, I think. Whatever. The the Ti TV show that's on BET right now. I haven't seen all the episodes. I actually just happened on it. It's the sixth episode. So I guess the most recent one, when they're doing the pool party or whatever, Grand Hustle, Family Hustle, something like that. It's like a contest show. And one of the girls, it was like, oh, girl, chill. Like, you kind of emotional over there. Chill. And so one of the guys tried to tell her, one of her competitors tried to tell her, well, he wasn't a competitor. They're both on the same team, but they're all competing. So he tried to tell her, not to be emotional, basically, to respect how he communicates. And he's trying to explain to her how he communicates. And she didn't want to hear it. Like, just shut him down. All right. So then later on at the pool party, she's having a little one-on-one with T.I. And T.I. tells her the exact same shit. That you need to check your emotions. You are very intelligent. You are this and this and that. But you got to check your emotions because that's going to be your downfall. She didn't want to hear it, but she heard it because, that's T.I. That's the guy who got your shit in his hands. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you got to listen to him, right? That's who you're going to call boss eventually. Or you want to call boss because you're on this damn, show. So anyways, and he tells her the same thing. And she didn't want to hear it still. But, she learned. She learned. She got put on the chopping block and almost got chopped. But fortunately for her, some other people was acting up a little bit more than her. So she got saved. But that is an example of a Libra because T.I. is a Libra who has emotional control. He's very, very... how he handles, I was very impressed. I was impressed. Okay, T.I. over there. Spitting some real knowledge. Well, he always be spitting some shit. Like I said, air signs are very intelligent. Mental mind, intelligent. And I'm not saying that all the other zodiacs can't be intelligent either. I'm not saying that. Remember, we are of all 12 signs. So, obviously, we all got a little something, something. But it is outwardly displayed more through air sun signs, okay? So I was very impressed. I'm sorry, my coffee can go. Hold on one second. I hate rewarming up coffee, so I gotta So anyways, because I know I get on tangents. I'm sorry. So I wrote it down. So something that he said that made me go, oh yes, that sounds like a fucking Aquarius. Excuse my language. When he said, cooler heads always prevail. That's an old saying, right? But it's so true. And that's something of an Aquarius trait. We are known to have not only detached from emotions, but very cool heads. And that's important because to have a cool head means that you can take in something that's hot and cool it down so that you can be able to met it out and understand it better and learn from it and then make a better decision because you're cool. You're cool. It's cool. Ain't gotta be all, riled up. It's cool. All right? Chill. It ain't that serious. All right? Anything in this world, it ain't that serious. Chill. All right? So that was a really good quote from him that I was like, okay, cool. So another thing that I really want to touch on is how emotional displays are basically, it lets you know something. And what it lets you know is what's going on with your chakra system. So if one of your chakras is out of whack or unbalanced or blocked, you might act out in a certain type of way. And that will allow you and others to know which chakra needs work. You know what I'm saying? If you, obviously if you're like homeless and destitute and really on survival mode, your stomach is going to start growling. You're not going to be super energized. You're going to be kind of on the depressed side because your survival mode is kicking in. So your root chakra is going to be boop, 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 and your stomach is really going to be speaking to you. And you might be overly sexualized, or just over sexual. There is a lot of things that could be the display, the emotional display of which chakra is out of whack. It also, when a certain emotional display is happening and you are allowing it to take over you, um, so that it powers up so that you can use the energy however you want to use it. You see a lot of this. That's basically the activation of your chakra. So it's not a blockage, but it's actually an activation of it or a release, right? Where and you see a lot of this in like church. When you see people when they say, "Oh, they caught the Holy Ghost," and they were just, woo, right? Or you hear people say, "Oh, they got caught up in the spirit of the moment," or whatever. And like you see a lot with people who are doing speeches. Malcolm X, you'll see it in his. I mean, wow! If you look at his speeches, them things are power. You can feel the power radiating through that. Same thing in a lesser sense with Martin Luther King. Not so much because there's other issues with that, but you can really see it with Malcolm. Like, oh, you could feel it. That Taurus made you feel it. Okay. And that's being caught up in the spirit, where you use the energy of that spirit, of that emotion, to do what you needed to do. Now, he needed people to feel what he was saying. So most likely his solar chakra, solar plexus was getting heightened. His heart chakra was getting heightened. And towards the end of his life, you saw that third eye chakra, especially when he was in Egypt and he was on that camel. I think there's a picture that one of the FBI or CIA agent, I forgot which one of them corrupt ass government agencies, was following him around and taking all these pictures, right? You see it. Like, go look at them pictures. You'll see it. You'll see like that. Like, whew, it's just bright. Anyways, that is also a display of how the emotion or the spirit of a particular emotion can be used as a power source to do whatever you want it to do. Okay? I mean, I can go on and on about that, but I feel like it's got to the point, right? So, anyways, I really want to get into the Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. I don't want to get into with this one. In this video, I want to do a whole separate video on it because there is a war happening in the music realm. And it's extremely important because music is the most powerful tool on this earth. And it can be used to control the mind. And if you control the mind, you control everything. And I really want to get into that war that's happening and the display of it that's happening that people aren't recognizing. They're too caught up into, oh, Nicki did this, and oh, Cardi did that, and Atlantic da 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 da. Y'all not getting it. There's a war happening in the music realm. Whoever has power over that music has power over the minds, and it's very important. And I don't want to get into with this one. I just wanted to at least open it up, talking about how emotions, okay? Because music incites emotions in us, okay? I remember my mama's friend, she would say how when she was younger, she would listen to Tupac when they getting ready to go ride and go do some, scandalous shit. Okay, they would go listen to Tupac to get riled up and, feel like some thugs, basically. Music is powerful, especially when you know what you're doing, okay? Y'all. I really, really hope y'all understand that. So in the next video, I'm really going to get into it. I'm really going to talk about this Nicki Minaj and this Cardi B thing and the spiritual warfare that's happening in the music, entertainment, media industry. All right, y'all. See y'all in the next one. Any questions, any comments? You don't agree, and want to give examples, whatever the case may be, leave a comment down below, or you can email me. I don't understand. A lot of people actually like emailing me as opposed to just writing comments below and having everybody join in on the discussion. But if you feel more comfortable emailing me, my email is in the description box below, GiselleBrayzen.com or GiselleBrayzen@gmail.com. Otherwise, leave a comment. Like, subscribe, share, do what you do. I love y'all no matter what, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.